Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Monsters Unleashed. Step in, stand hard, no turning back. Monster Mike hits the front line, cutting through the dark. Boots hitting the ground like he's calling something out. If the night wants to move, it moves through him first. He wants answers, and he takes them. We move in, no fear, eyes sharp, heart steady. We walk the dark, we hunt the unseen. We stand together and push through anything. This is the team, this is the fight. This is Monsters Unleashed, coming alive tonight. Trisha hits the right flank, silent and locked in. She feels the forest breathe, hears a shift before it breaks. One glance and she knows when something's watching. Doug pushes forward like he owns the trail, strong stride, no pause. If something's waiting, he's the one in me. We walk the dark, we hunt the unseen. We stand together and push through anything. This is the team, this is the fight. This is Monsters Unleashed, pulling the night in tighter.
We're the best there is, and I'm telling you, yes, I'm excited. Woo!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Monsters Unleashed. We're going to get right into this and bring out some of our co-hosts here. And we have Miss Cindy. How are you, Miss Cindy?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, somebody's they're already talking in chat. I'm doing good. I'm excited about the new bike today. I've been shared that with y'all. And-
Yeah. Very nice too, boy. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah,
You guys are gonna have a good ride on that one.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I really can't. I'm taking the wife for a ride tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Let's bring out Miss Donna.
All right.
Hello,
There
Miss
she
Donna. Let me fix this here. How are you, Miss Donna?
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, those ticks. Gosh, I actually, while I was out today at the Harley Davidson shop, I still was doing my Bigfoot research, and there is a guy there that is a salesman, and he had an experience with a Sasquatch in an area. He told me that I could believe it 100%. So I've got to set up, and we're going to have an interview, might possibly even get him on the show. But that was pretty cool because, like, I was talking, I was like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel and all that stuff. And he's like, wow, really, man? He's like, I had experience a few years ago. I saw one, and he starts telling me about it. And I'm like, hey, man, would you be interested in coming on my show or interview? Or he's like, absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome.
So, hey, we have somebody special here tonight.
Yes.
We have Miss Jen back.
Yay.
Miss Jen, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm a hot mess, but I'm making it.
Yeah, Swamp Dog. I did. I did buy a new. Well, it's not brand new. It's a 2024 Electra Glide, but it's only got 500 miles on it, so it's still a new bike. But yeah, and and our main guest tonight is Mr. Millwood. Like anybody in this field knows Mr. Jerry, Jury.
Jerry.
Drew, my fellow rebel.
Go ahead and bring him out. I see him back there laughing.
Yeah, I left home and went in the Army, and I remember somebody calling out for Jerry Millwood. I didn't know who that was. I said, "Oh, you mean jury? Okay,
Jerry.
I had to learn the way the outside world pronounced my name."
Hello, fellow rebel.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you, Donna and Jen. I'm glad you're better, Mike.
Me too.
And of course, my fellow rebel. But I've been excited about this.
Oh yeah. We're always excited to have you on, Jerry. Always. I have to keep correcting myself. Hey, let me show them this bike real quick because they was talking about it in there.
There you go.
There's my bike that I got today, and everything.
Beautiful.
I'm absolutely in love with it. So,
It looks like it needs to have like a stinger. Like don't ever piss you off because it's like it's gonna bite you or sting you. It's so cool looking.
and it's fast. It's the 117. That's
Nice.
fast.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And I like the black and that it's not all chromed out. I always thought black.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, I was having problems. I had this other bike that I was building on and stuff, and I was in love with it too. It was a '96 Evo, and it was running good. And then I took it today, and it started pumping out some smoke and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. I can't go through this again because I put like 80 hours worth of labor into that bike, and probably well over $1,000 in parts. And then it started doing that. And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. It's gone. So, and I actually rode my buddy's bike to the Harley shop, and I was pissed. I was just there fuming the whole ride, mad about this bike. And I walk in, and I told the guy, I said, let's do paperwork on that one, and bought it.
Nice.
But anyways, enough about Harleys. That's not what the show's about, unless Bigfoot's riding one. But I did, like I said, I did get a lead today, so that's good.
That's awesome.
You find, that's what's funny. I don't know if you go out and you talk to people, you find a lot of people everywhere, all over.
Yeah.
They have stories, but they've never really told anyone or went to anybody. So that just is backs like. For what is it, Jerry? For every one report, there's probably 35 or so that get reported at least.
Yep. That's for sure.
So, so that's just how it goes, I guess. So.
Yeah, I went to a cookout / birthday gathering for a friend of mine's 80, retired police chief, old school mountain man from Tellico over in Tennessee, and there was maybe 120 people there, and I talked to 5 people that told me their stories.
Yeah. I mean, we just people all the time. I tell people what I do. This is my side hustle. And I'll tell everybody what I do in my spare time, and they're like, "Well, that's cool. My uncle has like some cool stories, or or I seen one here, or something like that." It's just every time you talk to people. I'll be sitting in Walmart because I talk to everybody. My wife, it gets on my wife's nerves too. I know Cindy's probably watching. We go someplace, and next thing you know, I've done found a friend, and I'm talking to everybody. And she'll just walk off and leave me, and I'm having to call her. Hey, where you at? Well, I'm sitting in the truck. I've been out here half an hour. So, but that's just how it is. Hello there, Ash. How are you?
Hello, Ash.
But yeah, so Jerry, you got some interesting stuff tonight.
Yeah, it's the pictures from the place that we've been investigating as heavily as we could for the last 8 months now. This is a couple that lives, it's about a 10-minute drive from me. they live backed up against the Broad River here in the South Mountains area.
Oh, Motul.
And they, when they moved here, they began to hear things they had never heard before, vocalizations. And these were two folks that lived in the city. They were not Bigfoot fans. They just vaguely knew of the whole Bigfoot thing. And so they began to pay more attention. And that's basically for about 10 years. They had vocalizations and tree knocks. Sometimes they were closer, sometimes they were further away. And then this past summer, near the end of the summer, they contacted me. And they love wildlife. And so John puts out food for everything. He made custom feeders to feed the deer, the coons, the rabbits, the birds, and all the wildlife stopped coming in. And they asked me to come and just walk the woods, and I asked him to familiarize me with the area. Sure enough, we found one fairly good print, about a 13-inch print, and then a partial print that I extrapolate that if it had been a whole print, it would have been more like 15, 16 inches. And we spent a good portion of the day in the woods. And you know, that next night they were outside. They kind of sat on their back porch at night. They also have German Shepherds. The dogs were squirrely. It wasn't dark yet. And I think I sent one of the pictures of the silhouette. There's one where you can see a clearly defined silhouette.
That's not it. It's
that one. And I studied that thing, and I believe what we're looking at, I think one was watching them from the relative concealment of that foliage. I think that we're looking at it from the side view in that picture. But based on that tree, you'll see the tree that's in the foreground that looks like it has the bark knocked off of it a little bit.
mm-hmm.
Based on that tree is up about 7.5 feet. And
there.
Say again.
I said this one here. Is that a totally different?
That's a different one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a different one. So that night, their dogs were squirrely. They heard some very close in vocalizations, a couple of tree knocks, and Mary actually did a vocalization, and she got, for the first time ever, one answered her. And so Todd Landers and Todd's a member of NCI. He lives close to me. We did a nighttime, and for the first time ever, I heard the rock clacking phenomenon, or at least that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
He woke me up. It was about 10:30. I had leaned back on my rucksack and was snoozing, and he said, "Jerry, there's lights in the trees." And there was these, not unheard of in this area. We'd seen them before. Now, let me make sure I'm clear with my language here. This is not lights up in the skyline. This is in the trees.
Uh-huh.
And so what you'll see is this brilliant, beautiful light that appears and then this kind of disappears. We saw that happen a couple of times, and that's what we were keyed in on. And suddenly downhill from us at the river, we heard the rock clacking, and it went on for more than 10 minutes. And there was 3 different sources. It's like they were communicating back and forth or something. And finally, Todd said, "I'm going to do a yell and see what happens." And he did, and it shut everything down. And then on our way out, we took a different route out, and I found that fresh tree break that I sent you a picture of.
Yeah, see here, I can.
Oh,
You can see that was broken green, and that didn't break by itself. It wasn't rotten.
That's a pretty good sized tree too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an ironwood tree. So, and that's a very, very stout wood.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we've all seen bigger tree breaks than that, but I don't know. That one was definitely marking a game trail, I think. And over time, Todd and I went back out there for another nighttime, and we had one come in on us. We heard it. We heard something jump in the river, cross the river. It came uphill. We caught a whiff of the stank, the Bigfoot smell, but it boxed around us. It knew where we were. They always know where you're at. You're not going to slip up on them.
Mm-hmm.
And it
The
boxed
moment you
around
get
us.
out of your car, they know you're there.
That's right. It came uphill. It got a certain distance from us, probably 50, 75 meters. And as Robert Effler says, it was dark in the dungeon out there. And that's one thing we don't do. We don't turn on our flashlights. We'll use night vision or thermal, but we do not turn on the flashlights. And it got close, but we heard it moving from our right to our left, and it had got a certain distance away and then turned and came uphill. I think it was heading up to John and Mary's house.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then, I went over there by myself to walk it during the day, and I had one watching me from up in the mountain laurel. And it stayed with me the whole time. When I got down to the river and I checked things out and turned around to come back to start heading to my truck, it had left. I guess it was happy that I was on my way out. But John rarely walks those woods by himself. And the second picture of the silhouette, yes. And he said he saw movement, and I had told him, anytime you feel like you're being followed, just aim your phone up into that mountain laurel and start snapping pictures.
Yeah.
I went back down there and I compared. He showed me where he was when he snapped the photo, and there's not a dark object there. So that was something that wasn't static. It was there, and it's not there anymore.
Story of my life.
They've had so many close-in vocalizations lately, and their dogs have been freaked out a lot. It's hard to freak a German Shepherd out. So I think that if they come in close, that those dogs, they don't go on with an aggressive type of attitude. They tuck tail and go under the porch or want to get in the house. And it's always either near sunset or when it's dark. They don't have any broad daylight experiences. In the times we've been down there, we've not had any broad daylight experiences, which is par for the course here. Almost all experiences I've had and other people's had at night. There are exceptions. But the weirdest thing happened a few days ago. Mary sent me a picture. It was waiting on me when I woke up. And these rabbit hides were in their backyard. And I sent you that picture of a couple of the.
Let's see here. Hold on. I was of the furs, right?
Yes. Now you can see that wasn't chewed. It wasn't mauled. That hide was ripped. It was ripped off. There was actually two.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
And that it wasn't their dogs. Their dogs. Here's the weird thing this is very telling. But the dogs would not have anything to do with the hides. Normally, I know if my dog, a lot of times one of the other dogs in the neighborhood may drag a deer hide or something into the yard, and my dogs get a hold of it and they're happy. They wouldn't touch the rabbit hides. So there's the question of, those rabbit hides didn't jump in of their own accord. They didn't get in the fence and then something killed it, because if an animal had attacked those rabbits, it would be a mess. There would be hair everywhere.
Right.
They were cleanly torn. They wasn't cut. They was torn. And I asked him to put the hides in the freezer for me so we could keep them as evidence. And I'm really excited to get back down there, especially for another nighttime.
Jerry, you know what I'm excited about? Man, I keep talking about it. We've got to get it set up is to go over into that Devil's Tramping Ground. I want to see you out there at the witching hour preaching a sermon out there in the middle of that. I really do. I've told everybody here about it. I cannot wait to do it.
That place is very weird. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Do y'all know David Reagan from Paranormal 411 and Jason? They're going to do an expedition to the Devil's Tramping Ground within the next month or two.
Yeah, well, that's what my time frame too. I just been waiting to see how things go with your mom and stuff. I know it's so hard for you to get away.
Yeah, that's us having to go over there and babysit her. That's coming to a close. We're still going to look after her and visit her and everything, but there's only 3 of us, and somebody being there every day, that's really wore all of us out.
Yeah.
So my squatching has suffered to some degree, which is okay. Mama's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to get back out in the woods some more. I've only been out in the woods a couple times the past 2 months. Very short periods. We went into the South Mountains with the NCI came for the first. I think the only one that had been in the South Mountains out of the group besides me was Tim. We didn't get a lot that day. We was being watched from on high ground. The moment we went into the woods and started heading west, there was a distant tree knock. They were simply announcing to everybody, the other ones in the clan, that they're here and they're coming our way. And we were being watched the whole time, but we didn't really get any good vocalizations. 2 tree knocks total all day.
Mm.
We changed direction, went back to where the vehicles were, and then went east into a creek bottom. And we got 100 meters in that creek bottom. And sure enough, there in the area was a tree knock. So they keep tabs on us when we go in. No matter where you squatch, they're keeping tabs.
Trisha told me that Trisha's in the LBL, by the way, everybody. She's in the LBL tonight with Mark Roberts and a bunch of people. But she's like, as soon as they got there, she got a howl.
Mm-hmm.
And everything. And I think that was something saying, hey, Trisha's here.
Yeah, they come to know people. You're in their area enough, they know who you are. For sure.
They definitely know who that kid is there.
I believe
she's like a freaking magnet, dude. She is like a magnet. Jen's been out with her. Jen knows.
Every time I go there, something happens. Or we see something. Daylight, dark, don't matter. It happens every time.
Yeah, like they got this in there, Jerry. You see that silhouette there in the middle of the screen?
I do.
Dude, that was crazy. Jen got that on her IR.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff, so it's... But I don't know. Trisha's out there. All I can do is support her in it. I haven't been up to snuff to go out and do much of anything. It's been rough. My company's been keeping me so busy. I was in Claysburg, PA last Monday. I drove to Claysburg, PA, and then went to Maryland, and then wound up in Wilmington, North Carolina, and then drove home from Wilmington at the end of the week. I put on some miles last week.
Dang, that'll wear you out.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm dying to get back up in the LBL.
Well, yeah. We're going in.
I want to get to the LBL.
We're going in September, sir.
Let me know when, because I would like to go with y'all.
I'll be going the end of the month on the 24th, the weekend of the 24th, me and Trish. Hopefully I'm better by then. I just figured I'll take my time and get up and walk around. Keep stopping and walk around. I should be all right.
Yeah. Just take it easy now. Heal slowly. Don't be stubborn like a lot of us do.
I'm not trying to.
You ladies are a lot better about that. Y'all aren't quite as stubborn. We got a sucking chest wound, and we say, well, I'm going to go cut the grass.
Yep.
I got a neighbor like that. This guy, he spent 27 days in ICUs on ventilator and everything. He gets well enough to come home, and first thing he does is come home and jump out on his tractor. And it's still wintertime, it's cold. He's out there on his tractor doing
my goodness,
field work. And like that didn't last 2 days, and he had to go right back into the hospital again and spend another 12 days in there. And he just keeps on keeping on. So
I have a question. So Jerry, when you were out there and you said you saw the lights and it was in the tree line, not up in the sky and all that kind of stuff, were they colored at all?
No, they were white. They were brilliantly white.
Okay, so were they more orb-like or just lights?
No, they were just lights that would illuminate real quick. They wasn't orb. It looked more like a really very, very bright like crystal light bulb turning on all of a sudden and then turning on.
Huh.
Very bright light.
Do you think that has a relation to them, that maybe they're coming out of a portal? I'm just throwing questions out there. Not saying that you know, but just want your opinion, your
There's
thoughts.
definitely a relationship between the weird lights and the boogers, and of course paranormal entities as well. We have the phenomena of these lights that I've just described, but we also have lights that you see that are more on ground level. You see them from a distance, and picture an old school light, not a light bulb, but a flash bulb on an old school camera, orange.
Okay.
And it flashes. It doesn't go away as quickly as a flash bulb flash. It's slower, but it's really orange. I always see them from a distance, and I just imagine that if you were right next to these orange lights, that if you were right there, it would light up the entire area around you for a second or so.
Gotcha.
They have a name. They're called jack-o'-lantern lights.
Okay.
And then we have the orbs: green, red, blue, white.
Have you seen purple?
Never seen purple.
Okay. The only reason I ask is Donna, she shares photos with the Covenant Curiosity team. And she sent me a photo of one of hers, and she can talk about it if she wants. But I found it really interesting that there was a purple light. Now, I don't know if it was her camera or what, but it was gorgeous purple. So Donna, because I wanted to bring it up because of the fact that he saw the lights in the ridge line of the, or in the trees. And when you took that photo of the one that you can talk about, it was purpley color. And that's why I was like, is that an orb? Remember? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can see him as clear as day. Yeah. Wow.
Uh-oh.
Nope, we lost her.
She lost her Wi-Fi.
Yeah, she's
She'll
got
be back
bad
in a minute.
internet up there. She'll be back. You know what, though? I mean, if you want to go, what a way to go. What a way to go.
But yeah, I was just curious if it was like a purpley color, because when she has sent me photos before, it's like a purple. It's very beautiful. And so I just kind of was curious if yours was purple as well.
I would love to see a purple orb, and I've never interviewed anybody that's seen, but I have heard of folks in other parts of the country seeing the purple. We also have the lights in the sky, what you would expect extraterrestrials to be. They're either white or orange up in the sky. A lot of times they'll be in a triangular formation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's got anything to do with the boogers or not, but I think that those jack-o'-lantern lights and those orbs and those white lights, they're all tied in together. I think that the orange lights may be a portal opening.
Okay.
I heard Adam Davis's interview on what was it called, American Sasquatch, and he described seeing a portal open. And you know, I've seen folks describe the portal as being will open and stay open for a relatively long period of time, 5, 10, 15 seconds, and then people seeing a portal open and only stay open a minute or two.
Yeah.
So these orange, it could be a portal opening long enough for one whatever to come out of it.
Yeah.
You just made me remember when the last time I was at the LBO with Trish, Matt and Jim Powell was at the campsite talking to us, and I was talking to Jim, and he happened to look behind our cabin, and he said, "There goes a red orb," and I missed it. I didn't even see it, but he did. And after we went to bed and they left, we went to bed, something was hitting the cabin right by my head. So, and it set off the perimeter alarm, whatever it was.
Jerry, have you ever seen a black portal?
I have not seen a black portal. I've not, you know, and I just hypothesize on the orange lights being portals, but I do firmly believe a couple times I've heard a portal. These unexplained metallic sounds out in the deep wilderness. Bob Trent one night got that on recording, on audio recording here, and since I've heard it another time, and a lot of people talk about hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a portal opening or shutting.
Well, we have video of a portal, and we haven't released it yet. I think we might have showed it. We have video of a portal that we caught on video, and like it came out from the trees. It's like it came straight out, and it kind of sat there for a second, and then it shot straight up.
Oh, wow.
And like on the video, it was just completely quiet. Nobody was talking. But when I slowed that down, that orb emits a sound. I played you the sound last time you were on the show, Jerry.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
Really?
orb emits a sound on the video. So when I slowed it down, it changed the frequency, the tone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And we couldn't hear it through the regular speed. But when I took it down to half speed, it emitted the sound.
Yeah, it put it in that range of us being of human hearing.
Mm-hmm.
That's yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a metallic sound. It's kind of a metallic sound to it. So I've got so many videos I've got to get out to people here. I just haven't had time to get into it and do it.
So, Jerry, have you had any more activity around your home? Because I know for a while there, like that one time you sent me that, I think it was a video. Yeah, it was a video. I remember I put it on my big monitor. And I told you, I said, that was not no booger or a dog. It was something completely weird.
The video that I got in early summer last year.
Yes.
That was remarkable. And I don't know if I told any of y'all this, but Bob, Trent, and Dwight Camel came out, and Bob brought his equipment. Bob's super good on the technical end. He set up cameras where I was that night when I filmed it. And then I took a very bright yellow stick with me, and I went down there where the booger was when I filmed it. We had the couple things going for us. We had the 6-foot fence post down there, the booger was close to those. So we knew automatically that it was taller than 6 foot, but where it was just beyond that riding ring, it was downhill. So by the time we did everything and I went down there with the stick and held the stick up, you could just barely see my head. And we just calculated that it was at minimum 9 feet tall. It was, I think I sent you that. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was down in your lower pasture, over like on your neighbor's part or something over in there. Yeah.
And it sure is. I've never collected one eyewitness account from the South Mountains area for anything 9 foot tall. And it was very tall and lanky. It was scrawny.
Yes. Scrawny, and the hands. I remember looking at it because you're like, Cindy, look at this. And I couldn't tell on my phone. So I'm like, let me transfer it over to my computer, put it on my big monitor. And I'm like going really slow with it, right? And I'm like on the phone with you, and I'm like, this thing is abnormal. This is not a normal thing. And its hands, its arms were longer than its knees. And it was tall, long, lanky, and it was creepy looking. And he's outside filming, you know?
Yeah. See, in the way that happened that night, I only knew one thing. I knew something was going on because my alpacas and my goats were doing something they had never done. They went all the way to the eastern side of my pasture and was backed up to the fence. Normally, if they're afraid, they come uphill and they back up to the fence that butts up to my backyard. And so I got my spotlight and my phone, and I just hit the video. And I was basically using my phone more as like a pair of binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
And scanning, and I was roughly looking where they were staring, and this thing, I think it was kind of peeking out or something because I caught movement, and then I stopped and I was watching, and it took me a second to see it, and I could see it with my eyes, and I looked over at my phone. I didn't see it on the phone, and I'm thinking, am I hallucinating or something? But sure enough, the last around 15 seconds of it was this thing walked out into view.
Yeah.
And from it looks like that it turned and headed south back further down the hill and disappeared. Everything was out of the ordinary of what the times that I've seen boogers before, the 3 times before. And the animals had never acted like that. So I don't think it was a squatch.
Mm-mm. It was too thin. It was too long, too tall and thin, very lanky.
And, you know, I've kind of shown the video around to folks in our field, and some people say, oh, it's an old squatch that's aging and he's wasting away. Other people say that's an alien, that's a rake, et cetera, et cetera. I know this. I didn't have a good feeling out there that night. I've had other experiences where I had bad feelings, but that night it was different. It was weird. There was something in the air.
Yeah.
Could have been a rake.
What do you think it was, Jerry?
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
I can just say I mostly more than 75% sure that it wasn't a squatch. And I don't know a lot about the rakes and wraiths and all of that and the pale crawlers, but that thing was white. It was very, very white.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been Goat Man.
Could have been one of the pictures that I have, and my daughter did me a great service. I had an old phone, and being into technology, it was stuck on my other phone because my new phone don't have a card, and I just now got a laptop. So she came over, and she got my old pictures off my phone. And one of the pictures I have, it's a weird looking thing. It's not very tall, 5 foot maybe, based on the tree it was standing near. Mm-hmm. And it's funny you said that because last night, Jim, I did a show with Jim, and he said it looks like a goat man to me. And I actually haven't heard of a goat man.
I've heard of it. I've never investigated any sightings on it or anything. I just think I don't know. But, you know, I thought the whole dog man thing was weird.
I did too.
You know, until we started getting the evidence that we have. And it's like, it's not weird anymore. It's it's just as common as a Sasquatch to me.
Yep.
Especially after Patricia's episode that she had there.
Yeah.
You know, Jerry, and the thing of it is, you've seen that video, and we posted that video on our channel, and it's got very little views to it. It's got less than 300 views. And I just can't believe it. It's like we're being censored or something. Ever since we released that, our views have went down. And I just don't think that the algorithm's pushing us out there.
Very possible. You could be, you could be getting shadow banned on that by who knows what organization.
Yep. It happened.
So guys, everybody watching, if you don't mind sharing our videos and help us get us back out there, because I think that we're getting blacklisted here. So
I believe there are a lot, whoever, we say they, but they're a lot more touchy on the subject of dogmen than they are with the subject of Sasquatch. For sure. Trisha's been watching some videos on this whole dogman thing, and like Jen, like this one channel, this guy was talking about that the military is capturing these dogmen and breeding them and using the pups, raising the pups as sentries on certain military areas and putting them in the woods.
Yep.
Yep. And anything the government does, they mess up. So you're going to have escapes.
True.
You're going to have escapees who get out in the wild, and once something is left to its own devices, who knows what kind of hell it can unleash.
Yeah.
I just did a show on that last night. So they do. My video is censored. So
Really?
yeah, you can tell. Like, you can go look on my shorts, and anything about, like Jerry said, Dogman. As soon as I started having people on talking about Dogman, my stuff tanked. My YouTube tanked, and then I did a containment area thing last night, and it's just blocked. Like, there's hardly any views at all. Even on a short, there's hardly any views. Like under 20. It's weird.
Yeah, and I've never done an episode of any type on dogmen, although 2.5 months ago, for the first time ever, a witness from Kaiser contacted me, and she was walking her dog backyard. Now they're, to be fair, their property butts up to the wilderness, and then there's Ward's Creek, and the wilderness goes all the way to the game lands in the South Mountains. But broad daylight, she was walking her dog, and she happened to look down in the wood line, and standing just in the woods. And she didn't have a clue what she was looking at, other than she knew it was big and it had ears that pointed upward.
What?
7 feet tall or more. Her dog was freaking out. I went down there and did a forensic, and I got in the same place where she took a picture. You can see the ears. It's another one of those, it's standing in the shadows somewhat, but you could see the ears sticking up. And what was that thing doing, risking being sighted in broad daylight? Was it going to snatch her? Was it going to snatch her dog?
Absolutely. We have a dog in the chat right now, and his wife got snatched by one, and it almost got away with her.
Oh my gosh.
Swamp shot it 3 or 4 times with 44 mag, and the last shot it let her go. So Tammy, she's had her story on a couple of shows there and stuff, but it's a very compelling story, and I believe her 100%. You could see the pain in her eyes, just like you seen in Trisha's eyes over her thing. You see something like that staring at you in the dark. That's going to affect you, and it's just like Tammy. She got snatched by one of these things, and I feel sorry for her. I really do.
Me too.
I'm glad that Swamp was able to keep her from getting taken completely. So my heart goes out to her.
Did she end up getting scratched or anything by it? Or was it just
Her
trying to
whole arm was bruised. Her whole
Was it
arm was bruised up. She had to go to the ER.
Oh my gosh. Holy crap.
It seems
Wow.
that people are far more affected in a negative sense by dogman sightings than squatch sightings.
And he's saying that that there's missing homeless people in the area now,
I believe it.
and he said the government knows all about it.
Oh, they do.
Of course they do. They got satellites, the eyes of satellites watching every inch of this earth 24/7 now.
I hope they see me on my new Harley. I mean, me going vroom vroom.
Yeah. I hope that you have just one agent that has to watch you everywhere you go. And so when you go on your Harley rides, he's like, oh gosh, I'm going to watch him ride his Harley. For
And
3 hours.
especially like my cup says, I love peeing outside. I hope they see that.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
funny.
I love to pee in the backyard at night or in the day. But
That's funny. Like when that guy took me today to go and pick up my other bike, they took me in a Harley Davidson Silverado with a big trailer. We went down to get it, and on the way back, he's showing me all these plantations, where all these plantations were on both sides of the road. There's like 9 plantations on this one stretch, and old plantations, you know, beautiful. And I was like, yeah, man, that's beautiful. We went by this one, and this house, it has the big white columns, and there's a big balcony on the 2nd floor up there and stuff. I said, man, if I had that house and I could walk out of my bedroom and just throw my robe open and pee off of that balcony, I said, I'd do it, and it'd be completely worth it. And he's like, me too. I said, I'm from West Virginia. We pee outside.
that's freedom.
And, yeah, that's freedom. And he's like, me too. He said, I got 42 acres and I can pee anywhere I want to. I said, I got about 5 acres here and I pee wherever I want to any damn ways. I don't care.
Well, I acres.
What is this about man wanting to be? Oh, sorry.
I said,
Windows.
Wow.
Donna's
would
like
have-
Snow White.
Donna, I would have a panic attack from the way I was raised if my windows didn't have curtains or blinds on them. Because I was raised, you shut the blinds, you make sure they stay shut, whether you got to pin them, whatever. You don't want whatever's out there looking in on you. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and roll over and see red eyes staring at me through my window.
Me either.
See it.
I've had them out my window before. I left, but I just on it. Yeah. I've
When my boogers here has developed the habit over the years, and we never know when it's going to happen, but they come up late in the night, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and just beat on the house a couple of times. Mm-hmm. Do you have that?
Yep.
Swamp, yeah, Donna breaks up quite a lot. She's got poor internet reception where she's at, but we've learned to listen between the lines with Donna.
It's the booger.
What she's saying.
My question is this, and Donna, maybe you can address it better than anybody. Why do they want to come up out of the woods of a night and just come up here and beat on our house?
No,
No, they're not hurting the house. They've stomped on my porch. They've been close enough sometimes earlier, like we were still awake and out of bed in the living room, and their smell would just absolutely come in the house. Heavy duty.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually you can get him to be a guest.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, you missed it last week, Jerry. Donna had all these coyotes and stuff out there, and it's like she went out there with like an M60 machine gun.
Awesome.
I love that. I love ARs too.
Here's another interesting piece of our situation for y'all to ponder and tell me what you think. So if you're standing in my yard, we're on high ground, and then you have creek bottom almost all the way around us, and then beyond the creek bottom, you've got another higher ridge. So there's kind of a trough all the way around us, a deep trough of bottoms. You know, we have no coyotes that come over those outer ridges. They don't come into this area. They're out there. We hear them in the distance. So what's keeping them out of our area?
It's interesting.
The boogers, that weird thing we saw that was white, but the coyotes do not. If they were coming in there, we'd know it because people would have dead chickens, dead cats, that type of thing. And the dogs that we found that have been killed weren't killed by coyotes. They were killed in a horrible fashion, being slammed against trees, backs broken. So the coyotes do not come close to us.
I have
Wow.
You know, we've got very, from my own personal view standpoint of my experiences, very scant evidence of the dogmen. Although I believe they're here, I've heard just a handful of times this howl. The first time I ever heard it, I attributed it in my mind to a squatch, but it just doesn't fit. It's this low, deep howl, horrible sounding, scared the life out of me the first time I heard it.
Mhm.
We had a drone that there for a while was every night about 10:30. At the time I was working at the store, the little country store, and I would be outside around 10:30 walking the dogs, and this drone it would fly over every night. I ordered a super powerful, like 90,000 lumen spotlight, and I started spotlighting the drone because it pissed me off that it was flying so low over my house, and it quit. But then there was the time that the black helicopter came in and was flying in circles about 150 feet above the trees down here in this creek bottom. It just happened to be after I released the episode. I called it our super weekend of squatching, when we had people in the woods Friday night. George and Tim came, and we spent all daytime in the woods. We found another deer killing field, and then that night, my cousin, we camped. We had another experience, and Sunday, another day hike. Found some more deer kills and such. And I did an episode on my TikTok show. And the next morning, there's this helicopter out there flying around. It didn't have I spent 13 years in the military. I know aircraft's supposed to have the tail number. I called 911, and I said, I think this helicopter may be in trouble. The dispatcher said, hold on a minute. What's your location? And said, I'm at my address. And he said, oh, no, he's fine. He's at 1,000 feet, and he's doing about 80 knots. And he was at 150 feet. By then, he was over my neighbor's pasture. Now, the dispatcher wasn't lying to me. The dispatcher was looking on the computer on what the computer was reporting that the transponder said. So the transponder was set up to send this false information. I was standing there. I don't know how he couldn't hear the rotor from that helicopter. And I said, okay, all right, well, thank you. Maybe that was coincidence. Maybe it wasn't, but it wasn't a military helicopter. It was a civilian Bell helicopter, fairly new, really good looking, shiny, black, no number.
Oh, interesting.
So from there, everybody make of that what you will. Maybe it had something to do with me talking about the whole weekend of stuff. It was flying over there where we found the biggest deer kill area.
Hmm.
And then no. Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
Yeah, I believe they're watching a lot of people with the drones. That's why it's in my basement.
Watching a lot of people and watching a lot of areas. I don't know, what are they doing, trying to keep a count on population. Being that you live in a hot spot, I mean, that's a fairly concentrated area that they can keep an eye on pretty dang easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some guy on a microphone that turned around when we started this conversation and said, "Hey, they're talking about us again."
No, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jerry, when do you think me and you could get over there to Devil's Tramping Ground?
Well, I'll have to sit down and look at the. I started keeping a planner, a written planner, and I've never really done that in my life. I just always was good at track. But my planner looks like a 4-year-old sit down that was smoked some crack and took a crayon and scribbled in a planner. Just got to figure out. We got a lot going on. We've got a lot of opportunities that have come up.
I've been hearing on the show. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. We're going to go to the Georgia Town Hall. I don't know. I think me and Tim for sure is going to go to the Georgia Town Hall that they're having on the 25th. Oh, shoot. I just have to look at the planner that the high 4-year-old drew with the crayon.
Well, the thing of it is, you was mentioning that other group that's going to go in there and do an investigation. That's all well and fine, but ain't none of them going to go in there and preach a sermon.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting. You let me know some dates, and I'll throw it at the lady that owns the place and see if I can get it. Because I definitely don't want anybody else in there when we're doing this.
We'll definitely figure out a date, brother. We will nail down a date.
So, Mike, when you guys go and do this, are you going to be filming?
Yes.
To record? Okay, awesome. I'm going to watch.
Yeah, about 6 cameras.
Okay, cool.
All different angles.
Yeah, and I think that it'll provoke at that spot. And I'm not the most knowledgeable in the paranormal realm like y'all, but I believe I think it'll provoke a response.
Oh, I do too.
Because
I have a feeling you're probably going to get a little bit more than just responses.
It's going to be dark.
More action than. I didn't look it up, but by the sounds of it and what Mike has mentioned a little bit, I think you guys are going to get more than just responses. I think you're going to get some other things as well.
Yeah.
The energy there is, and a long time ago when I was stationed at Fort Bragg, we went there, and I was like a 20-year-old kid, but we could feel something different, and it was daylight. We didn't go there at dark, and you could feel the dark energy. Something that I didn't know how to define at that time, but I knew I didn't like it.
Just make sure you guys are really watching each other and watch the demeanor of your guys' body language changing or anything like that. It's so important to watch over. Is someone going to do the Estes method out there?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. And that's out of my wheelhouse. I don't even know what did you say the device was called?
It's called an Estes method. I do it all the time when I'm out investigating.
Jerry, it's when you take the spirit box, the little spirit box that does the different radio frequencies and stuff. You put on a set of headphones and a blindfold, and you sit there and you listen, and you repeat whatever you hear.
Okay.
But I end up seeing things as well as I'm doing it because I can see stuff. So that's why I was wondering if you were going to have someone do that.
No, we're just going to be pleading the blood of Jesus there and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, I had the opportunity to talk quite a bit with Martin Groves when we was there. But every single night, if at all possible, I would try to talk with Martin. And he's got the approach now where if he goes wanting to have an experience, he goes in with a lantern, no phone, no electronics. And I do believe that increases your chances because the major experiences I've had were always when I was unprepared. You know, I was doing something completely unrelated to squatching, and I'm outside every night. People say, well, how do you get to experience so much? Well, unless I'm on a trip, I'm outside every night of the year, rain or shine. I got animals that has to be checked on, and it always seems to catch me unprepared, almost without exception. Now, we did night hikes and night investigations when we've had experiences and we were prepared, but usually the best things, from the howl to the ones that I've seen, if my son hadn't been with me the 2 times, and he must be and maybe y'all can speak on this, but Josh, I think my son is kind of a magnet.
Oh.
Because I probably shouldn't have said his name, but the images that I have were both taken by Josh on 2 different occasions. So maybe he's a magnet, but other than that, the howl, the night I heard the howl, my mind was completely in another zone. I wasn't thinking about boogers or nothing. And all of a sudden, from the creek bottom, the time that I saw the red eyes in the woods, I was looking for an animal. I wasn't thinking about squatches. I was whistled at. I've been yelled at. Those times, those things scared me because they caught me by surprise, and I wasn't expecting it to be so close. Have y'all had that similar experiences where they just happened? You wasn't even trying to hear nothing or see nothing.
Yeah, that's what happened to me at the LBL. When I saw that Sasquatch there, I was recording, and I turned my camera off to talk to Mark, because I didn't want to waste my battery and stuff. And I turned my camera off, and we're standing there talking, and I see movement from my peripheral vision, and I turned my head. I just nonchalantly turned my head, and I seen it walking through the woods. And honestly, my mind told me it was Trisha. But then I look at my son-in-law, and I'm like, what's Trisha doing down there by herself? He's like, Trisha's not down there. She went down the road with Cindy, my wife. And I'm like, well, what's that? And we turned and looked, and it was gone at this point, but it was moving pretty good. And then I'm like, oh shit. And I'm trying to get my phone to start recording again, and we just started running down there. And when we got there, Mark had went up above me. He come out at the top of the ridge, and he could hear it crashing through the weeds going down through over the other side. And it was really thick on that other side. Well, we took Jen there. I showed Jen the area and stuff. And like, it was going down. It was following Trisha and my wife. It was going the way they were going. And Trisha smelt it. And my wife smelled something too. But the funny thing is, what they smelled was 2 totally different things. Trisha said it had a sulfurish type smell, but she says it left a metallic taste in her mouth. And my wife smelled pumpkin spice. You leave it up to a chick to be in the woods and smell pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
But could have been something paranormal she smelled. Never know.
But they smelled it briefly.
Yeah.
And then, like, I made it down. I was paralleling it on the road, and I'm watching down this holler. And at one point, I seen something black down there by this tree, and I'm trying to get my phone to zoom in, and I zoomed as far as it would, and I couldn't get it. And I put my phone down to look again, and it was gone. Then once I made it to Trisha, we talked for a little bit, and we walked our way down, and that's when we got that video of it up in the woods up on top of that ridge, peeking out from around the tree at us. And we seen it several times. And then we got it peeking out around that tree. We went back in there. I got the video that I'm fixing to release on the channel of that, where we went back in, and what we found. We found 3 sets of footprints in there, Jerry. In the ice, because the LBL had got that big snowstorm, and it hardened up. There were 3 sets of footprints. One was 19 inches, another set was 15 inches, and the other one was like 8 inches. So it was like a family, like a male, female, and and a child. But the same tree that I said in my video that looked like it might have been a nest had limbs broke out of it and another tree over by it. And they came over and they shielded it like this on the ground. And the funny thing the branches made a big X.
Mm-hmm.
And the one branch that was on this one didn't belong there. It wasn't the same type of wood. It was from another tree way up from it. So that branch was drugged down there and moved like that to shape that X. And yeah, so it's pretty good. Oh, there's Trisha in the chat.
Yeah.
So that smell and the metallic taste, that's probably maybe more attuned into something purely paranormal, a spiritual entity, or
Yeah.
I don't
and
know.
the pumpkin spice.
I don't have an excuse for that. I really don't. White chick in the middle of the woods
Right.
in the fall. Pumpkin spice.
That's hilarious.
The paranormal popped into my head, and
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
on all of those smells, to include the pumpkin spice, because I think some of them have the power to physically
It's
manifest
weird.
things.
They both smelled it at the same time, but they both smelled two totally different things.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
That is.
Look what she
But
did.
it was definitely there.
She's cracking me up.
What's she doing? Oh, that's awesome.
That's my wife. Lovable Lou.
Yep.
That's my wife, Cindy. But yeah, hey Trisha, are y'all getting any activity down there? She's
Man,
in
I
the
wish I was there with her.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, so we got that, and that's when also we were in there, and after we seen that coming around the tree at us and stuff, and I got that on video. Me and Trisha both look at each other at the same time, like it's time to go. Something told us it was time to go. It's time for us to leave, and we didn't hesitate. We just left. You know. You get that kind of strong feeling it's time to leave. It's time to leave.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Early on, I was advised, there was early on after Nancy and I had our experience of seeing one in August of 2017. And I reached out really gingerly to some of the old timers. And one of them, the one that was the most open, the quickest, said, if you get this feeling, you should go. And he said, and his other rule was, I'll quote him on this, keep your ass out of them dark woods at night.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime you have the feeling, go. And I've had the feeling before, and I went. And I got out.
Yeah. Well, when I released that video where we went in there, somebody in our chat like, well, you just got these images and you decide it's time to leave? Great work. And I'm like, yeah, this person doesn't understand. If it tells you to go, go.
So go ahead.
Trish said, it's not only the Sasquatch and the dog men and stuff and these crawlers and everything there in that LBL area. There's a spiritual warfare going on there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And you just don't know what you're battling. You really don't. I mean, like let me pop up Cindy here's favorite picture. That right there,
Jonesy.
that's not a Sasquatch. That's not a dog man.
No,
That's
it's
something
not.
beyond this realm of existence.
It's definite, and it's evil. I could
That
tell
thing
you.
is 15 foot or better up from that tree there.
You can feel it in there
Yeah.
when you're there. You can
bet.
feel it hard.
I've been in there like when we would go Some areas I'd open up the door and step on the ground, and I didn't feel anything. Other areas, I'd open up the door to get out of the car, step foot on the ground, and I could feel evil.
Mm-hmm.
You really can feel evil.
Yep.
Well, I
So,
think
oh, go ahead.
it's
Sorry.
real. I think it's a really, really big deal and a good thing that now you've got squatchers. For example, Giggles, you come in with us as a group and you had the paranormal knowledge and the experiences plus your gifts, and that's a good synthesis between squatchers
Yeah.
and folks who are tuned into the paranormal, because those they're woven in together as tightly as we can right now.
Yeah.
The paranormal, where you got the squatches, the dogmen, there's paranormal there too. We don't know,
Yeah.
but we know they like graveyards, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Donna knows. So does Southern Ohio Bigfoot, Rick and Mandy.
Yep.
They've got an amazing capture out there in the cemetery, and that's just, they're always out in the woods like Donna, and like you guys are too and stuff. But what I was going to bring up is on the paranormal side, and you guys talk about when you start feeling that certain way, your gut's telling you something's not right, we need to go, regardless to, you would love to stay and take pictures, but something is not right. The air is not right. That feeling's not right. So when I was at the location that I was last Friday, y'all should have my photos that I sent you, because I asked for y'all's opinion, because I trust you guys. And I was trying to figure out what the heck did I capture, because it is very strange looking. But I'll tell you what, after I did that photo, I went snap, 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 just one right after the other, going through that whole entire room. And not too long after that, I told Marcus, I said, come here. And I told him, I whispered, I said, something's not right in here. We have got to go. Something evil is coming, and we have got to go. I'm not feeling good. I don't like the right side of the room. There was something very, very odd. I said, we've got to go. We got to go now. Because I had this overwhelming feeling that this thing was going to hurt one of us, or possible, not saying it was going to, but something possible follow or attach. Like, it was that dark and evil feeling. And I hate when it's hard for me, because I'm still working on my ability. So when I'm feeling something, I'm feeling the emotion, and I'm trying to like calm myself down, but it's hard sometimes. But I'm trying to tell people, we've got to go. Like, this isn't a joke. You don't mess around with the paranormal. Like, I don't care if you're a skeptic. Go ahead and be a skeptic all you want. But if you get an attachment, not my problem. Not to be a jerk about it, but you don't want to listen to someone that's got abilities. I don't know what else to do, but I'm leaving, because my abilities are telling me something is wrong and very evil here, and I'm not sticking around. And I don't want anyone to get hurt. Thank goodness everybody did listen to me, and we did leave. But I'm telling you what, it was not a good feeling. And everything, all this, we got so much activity down there, and everything got super quiet, real quiet. And then I had that overwhelming feeling, and I was like, that's it. We're done. I want out. And then as we were leaving, I captured the dang thing. I'm looking at my footage tomorrow, but I think I caught it actually on video.
Yeah.
But I'm going to double check and see.
Awesome.
That'd be
Because
really
I
awesome.
saw it with my own eyes. When we were leaving, I saw that white face with black eyes, that picture I sent y'all. It was weird looking, very weird. And Jerry, I appreciated you giving me your honest opinion, and you know that kind of made sense what it could possibly be, and how, yeah. So I'm gonna go through it all, and then I'll be posting it soon. So
I encourage every Sasquatching group out there. You need folks in your group that are knowledgeable with the paranormal. Cindy, you kind of woke me up to the seriousness of it. The time that I had my witness send the video and the still pictures of what we determined was a wood hag.
Yeah.
And your reaction that night, I thought, God, this is no joke. I never did an episode on it, and I'm not going to.
Yeah.
To tell her story. But you remember how you reacted to that picture? Of that?
I will never forget that. Yeah. That was very, very hard. I had a very hard time with that. That was very overwhelming, and felt scared and threatened just even with the photo. Just that her horrific energy was insane for me. I can't speak on others. For me. And I literally could not stare at the photo anymore, especially when it showed her face. Her eyes were black. She had everything was the same color. There was no color to her. It was so weird. So weird.
That night, I deleted the pictures off my phone because of I suddenly realized the seriousness of it. And I've counseled with that lady many times since then. And I think she was going to reach out to you, Cindy. Her name's Vaughn.
Oh, she should. Have her reach out. I would love to speak with her.
I sent her, your Facebook profile as a link. I said, here's somebody you need to talk to in this department.
Yeah.
Because it's still affecting her almost more than 2 years later.
Yeah. I can see why. Yeah, I'll never forget that. That had me. Remember how I got shooken up?
Yeah.
Like my heart was racing. I couldn't look at her face no more. Every time the dear Randy would show the face, I was just like, okay, I can't. No. Not that she was not good for sure.
Mm-mm. That was nothing. I knew at that time. I said, okay, this is nothing to play with, and I'm not even going to use it because let's face it, mainly what we do is entertainment for folks. I mean, it's truthful and it's real, but folks enjoy this subject, and I didn't want to treat that subject in such a manner as serious as it was. But
that's why we need to press the issue that we're trying to be there for others who are struggling. So many people out there struggle with what they see. They're so afraid to say anything. So afraid. And they don't need to be afraid because there are so many people out there like us who my coven of curiosities, as you guys know, is a judgment-free zone. I will not allow anybody to be ridiculed or anything like that on my show. And I will make no judgment. Like I've experienced my own stuff and I've had my own struggles. It took me a long time to even open up with the things that I was, dealing with. So I think it's very important to try to encourage, not saying that to make them do it because you can't make anyone do anything, but try to encourage people to open up and talk about it. Like it's so important that we all support each other and not bash each other. Right. It's just ridiculous. Like I literally have a good friend. I went paranormal investigating with her and her boyfriend or fiance, Marcus and I did. And she's just getting beat up on social media for no reason at all. No reason at all. And and she's a good paranormal investigator. She really is. And but she just posted something where she's literally crying because she is being brutally harassed, bullied on social media, and I think it's disgusting. And it's not okay. Nobody deserves that. Even you guys, Monsters Unleashed, you guys don't deserve that crap either. No. Nobody does.
The backstory on what we're talking about, and I should have explained it to begin with. In 2025, I did a episode about a lady who had an encounter with what they call black-eyed children. And this witness reached out to me. She said, it's not the exact thing that I experienced, but it resonated with me. And so she said, can we communicate on Messenger so I can, because at the time, TikTok, you couldn't do pictures back then. And I said, yeah, and we became friends on Facebook. She sent me the video that her, what's it called, a Ring camera video, and also from what she'd taken with her phone, and this person appeared out of nowhere, very weirdly dressed, it was something unnatural about her appearance. Very, like Cindy said, very pale. Her clothes were this
Very
was
old looking, like old, like distant era. And that's what it looked like. But her skin and her clothes all were the same color. What was really odd too is the only thing that stuck out, she had this oddly shaped black purse, very old. And what's been told by my sister witch to me when I reached out to her for guidance, she had mentioned that the bag, the purse, was her payment. She was there to do something not so nice to someone that lives in the house. And that's her payment.
This was dark. This was at night. It was the same night as I believe it was a partial eclipse.
Yes.
And so my witness came out of opened her door, and this person spoke in a very odd way and said, "Can I come in and warm myself?" Something like that. And my witness said she immediately got a bad, horrible feeling. She said, "No, you can't come in." And then she said, "You're going to have to leave. You're going to upset my dogs." And this entity, whatever it was, started wailing and yelling and screaming. But the still pictures from the video, you can clearly see black eyes.
That's crazy. Let me throw this out here real quick. I got here on the screen. If you would like to win one of these Monsters Unleashed hats, this one here is the new Dogman hat.
Nice.
They're really nice quality. If you'd like to enter to win one, type !hat in the chat, and this is for YouTube viewers only. So hey, we got Trisha here. But if you'd like to get a chance to win one, type !hat in the chat, and I'll put you in for the drawing for it.
How's it going, Trish?
If we don't have more than 3 people entering, I'm not going to give the hat away tonight. They cost too much, to do that. So, Trisha, how's it going?
Well, I came out to get
Can't hear
service. So yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. So I came out to get service because we didn't park and sit at my exact encounter spot. We drove deeper into the bay, and we sat there and we've heard a couple interesting noises. And then Mark, he decided he was going to leave. So we sat there a little bit longer. And while he was getting ready to pack up and leave, I heard a howl. And it was pretty far off. It had some coyotes with it. And it was a pretty good ways off.
Shit, she got stuck.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good ways off, though, she said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here she comes.
Oh, okay. I'm back. Sorry. Anyways, we heard another howl after Mark left. Then the owls started crazy. So I was standing at the back of my truck. Me and Doug was talking about what we had heard. And it's just me and them there. So neither one of us are armed. And something got thrown at me.
Wow.
Did it sound like a rock?
She's stuck again.
She said it didn't sound like a rock.
No. Was it a log or a... Oh.
Could have been. I didn't see a rock by my foot. So I don't know what it was or where it landed. I know something landed very close to me. And Doug was like, well, that couldn't have been a frog because that was too loud to have been a frog jump. It wasn't a frog. I saw what it was, but I drove out because I had to message Sheila and Scott to see if they were going to be making their way in because it's getting late, and that howl the second time that kind of triggered me a little bit. So I came out to get service to update you guys and let you guys know that I was alive. It didn't eat me again or try to eat me again. And there's people camping at the exact spot where the encounter happened. So I walk
Oh,
in
no.
there and I'm like, hey, do you mind if we like sit next to you guys? Cause we're out here trying to find Bigfoot. And the guy just goes, what? And I'm like, we're out here looking for Bigfoot. And he goes, oh, okay, no, sure. Sit there. So we sat there for a while and I was like, man, I had a really bad encounter exactly where you're camping. I said, this thing is like standing exactly where you're camping. And he didn't pay no mind to it. He just went on and did his business.
Yeah, you should have played him the fucking video.
I should have played the video. I was telling Mark that. I said, I should have looked at that picture and showed. But I wanted to check in with the show. And Jerry, I apologize. I'm not there.
That's all right. We missed you.
I had the opportunity to come out with Sheila and Scott with squatch fishing. And, you know, that's kind of like a once in a lifetime for me. So.
Right.
You all right, Trish?
Got myself. I had a, but I did what I always do is I take a few minutes and just.
She is one tough little cookie, I tell you.
He is tough. There's no doubt about it.
She's just gung ho.
We
She
got
should be very proud of herself.
we got 2 entries for the hat giveaway. We need at least one more entry. So you can type !hat in the chat if you'd like to win one of these Monsters Unleashed cabs.
Well, I'm sorry I keep bouncing in and out. The service here, I've got like.
That's all right.
It goes from 1 to 2 bars. But no, I feel pretty good. Had a little bit of anxiety. I pictured my grounding place and overcame that. Now, having whatever that was thrown at me, that freaked me out because I ain't never really had that happen to me before. I've had things thrown at my vehicle, but not at me. So that freaked me out a little bit. We saw a rattlesnake today. It was dead. Thank the good Lord it was dead.
Was it fresh enough to eat?
Ew.
There was all kinds of. I didn't get close enough to look how fresh it was. I stood about 15 foot away and saw it in the road. And Mark's, it was just a young one, just like one. But
You have to type the ! Without a space, ! hat, all like that. Back again.
The LBL can mess with your electronics, from what I understand.
Yeah, there's really terrible service there. Trish, if you can hear me, call me if you want. I'll be up.
okay, I did find a print today that something pretty large stuck its fist straight down into the ground. So that was pretty interesting to see. I took some photos of that. And there hasn't been really a lot going on. I did find out that somebody in Colson, they got a photo of something standing behind a tree. I didn't get the guy's name though. I'm sure that'll come out at some point. Met a lot of really nice people down there today. So it's been a good day. Not really up until like now, just recently when we got down here. We got here about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and we've been here ever since. So we're still waiting on Sheila and Scott. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to be out because I got kids at home. I got one of them with me.
Okay, good.
Call me on your way home.
We'll give it one more minute on this hat giveaway.
So how did the show go tonight?
So what?
How's it going? How's the show going tonight? Everybody miss me?
Yes,
For sure.
of course we do.
Listen, when that LBL bug bites, it bites hard.
That's a creepy place.
It is.
That first night, we got there during the daytime, and I set my tent up kind of away from everybody else. And that night, early in about 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and had to pee. And we had been hearing this vocalization up on high ground near that cemetery at what's in it, Colson.
In the
And
room.
I regretted setting my tent so far away from everybody else when I had to get up at 3 a.m. and pee. So I just opened my tent door, didn't get out of the tent, let it fly, and zipped back up and crawled back to my sleeping bag where the boogers couldn't get me.
We just had something black low to the ground just crawl across the room with
Oh,
green eyes
God.
on.
What's
Just
it one of
now?
those things?
Yeah, just now.
Oh,
So, Truth and Justice, if you'll email us your address, we'll send that hat out to you.
Trish, is it one of those things again?
I don't know. It didn't look as big.
Ew.
It's gone. It just disappeared.
Those things are so weird. I don't know what those are. We see them every time.
yeah, the ones that go on the ground, right, real low. One of those.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think those are not. I think those are something paranormal, or something that's not of this. Definitely not of this world.
Okay, so it was like we can't really see the tree. There's a tree in the distance back there, and it was that way, and it crawled this way.
Huh.
So, I mean, it's showing you guys probably left, but it crawled to the right across the road.
Interesting. It's so dark.
Yeah, like
Oh,
shut
that
the light.
place is creepy.
Let me show you how dark it is when all the lights go off.
Whoa, that's so crazy.
Okay, you can turn that.
I can't wait to be there at the end of the month. I love going there. Even though it's such a weird place.
My son said he's having some T-shirts printed up for me to sell to everybody in the community that shows the silhouette of a booger, and it says, "Don't get it."
I like that.
Love it.
So don't get it out there, Tricia. And
Yeah,
Jen, don't get it.
I'm
And
not
Donna, we
trying.
don't want you getting it neither down there with all the boogers you got.
Mhm.
No, Donna, it's that cologne you wear. It's that cologne you wear. I told you smelled good up there in the LBL that day. Hey, Jerry, what we need to do, we're hosting everybody going out to the LBL and stuff. We need to get up with your buddies and everything and host a bunch of people to go into the Yari over here, and we set up a big thing and camp out over here in the Yari. I know you've been wanting to get in there and stuff. So
I have. That's on my bucket list, and it's a few hours from me, and I've never went. Of course,
yeah.
Usually when I get the bug starts making me itch, I can step out of my backyard or drive a few minutes over into the South Mountains. But I want to go to Yari. I want to go back to the LBL. And Nancy found out when I was up there that I got to meet Martin. And now she before didn't have no interest going to LBL. Now she wants to go because I made her watch all the documentaries with me, and she's seen the interviews. And I tried to get her to come on camera with us tonight.
That'd have been awesome.
She should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She should be a part of that. She saw one too.
I've been trying to get my wife to come on camera too. She won't do it.
Nancy was with me the first time. The first time when all of this kicked off and we saw one, she was with me in the car that night. And
yeah, she should be talking about it. Or
well, my wife tells me I'm too ugly and she don't want to be seen with me.
I just sent you I'll send this link to everybody, but it's a book that Donna made me think of this book earlier. It's called The Bigfoot Observer's Field Manual by Robert W. Morgan. Has anybody read this? It's a really thin book. It's like a 2-hour read at the most.
Huh.
And all the folks, I highly encourage you to get this book because his philosophy is very, very close to your philosophy, Donna, and how you approach them.
Oh. Wow.
Well, you and this guy that wrote the book liable to be cousins or something.
Well, Jerry, I can tell you this: we go in. I'm not going in without my weapon. I got me this new one. It's a 50 gauge, you know, and it's an ink pen too. You know, they say the pen is mightier than the sword.
Right.
We're gonna try it out.
You can yell. You better get back. I'm fixing to write notes about you, mister. I'll write a note on you in a heartbeat.
That's hilarious.
It is. It's so. He ripped it out last time and cracked me up.
Funny.
Yeah, Trish was like, This is like, we're going to get demonetized. I said, it's a damn ink pen. You know?
It was so funny.
I gotta get up, you guys. My stomach's killing me.
We do need to set that up. Seriously, we need to set that up. I know everybody's going into LBL and stuff, but we should try to set up something to, if you can get with Sasquatch Recon, they have a lot of stuff in over there. Maybe they'll host us and take us in, take all of us in and stuff, and that'd be really awesome.
Yeah, they are very well knowledgeable about URI. They know it like the back of their hand.
I've been wanting to do something with them, so build that relationship.
Yeah, they're good guys, and they really, they were the first ones that I met that were Bigfoot researchers. And when I met Bob and Kaiser when they shot that documentary, and then I met Dwight, and I talked to Dwight on the phone one night and just spilled everything. I told him everything, that some stuff Nancy and I had never told anybody. He said, well, let me come up there, and they kind of took me under their wing. But gosh, that was 4 or 5 years ago, and I still hadn't gone to Ari with them. But we do need to set it up. Yeah,
we do. We need to work out. I know we talk about it, but we need to put some talking to action and just get it done, and pull out our calendars and stuff. Because I know I plan on going into the LBL in September. Then in October we have the Bigfoot Festival. Then we're going that week up at Donna's house. So I need to get it done before then, probably. So maybe in August, late August or something, we could do it.
Sounds good to me.
Because last time I went in, it was hunting season, and like I didn't really get anything. So, I mean, there was a lot of people in the woods too.
Yeah. During hunting season, I don't go into the South Mountains to do any squatching. I'll do it here because I know who's hunting this area, and it's not very many people. But I just mark it off the list during hunting season because you mess around and get shot.
Yeah. Well, I walked around that day that I went down there. I took my rifle with me, and I actually did some deer hunting while I was in there. And then we did our investigation that night. And so I'm pretty sure we scared the shit out of some people in that campground. So.
I've seen it a lot. You can see, I don't know if you can see the deer. That's a part of it. 3 different times I found dead 10-pointers. They were down to bones. None of the bones were. You will see the small animals, the small mammals come in to gnaw on the bones, on the horns. And then we find the fresher kills that have clearly been predated by something, but you didn't see any evidence of raccoons or bobcats or whatever's, other than we knew that they had been predated by something large and powerful. They had broken legs, they had snapped necks, they had broken backs. But yes, I have seen that a number of times now.
I
think
think
it's
something was weird too. Sorry, Cindy.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
think something was weird when we went into the LBL. We went into the Martin Groves attack site, and the first thing we got out of the cars, we stepped into the woods, and Mark's like, "No way!" He goes over there and he picks up this 10-point deer skull. It's just the skull and the horns, perfect horns, beautiful. But that was the only thing that was there, was that head. There were no other bones present there anywhere with that head. Who does that? Who kills a 10-point buck and just throws the head in the weeds?
Yep.
You know, nobody.
I went my whole life combing the woods, and I never saw anything like that until I came here and started being in the woods here in this general area. Nature takes care of these bodies. It goes down to bones. Things come in, grab the bones. But you ain't going to get no good old boy or good old gal who's a hunter to leave no 10-point buck skull out in the woods.
It was beautiful. It was a big wide rack. You know, it was gorgeous. And Mark still teases Trisha over that because Trisha wanted that deer skull so bad. She wanted it so bad. But Mark's like, oh, you almost had it. But guys, it's we've been going 2 hours now and everything. I think it's time to call the dogs to peel on the fire. And everything. Hey Jerry, could you tell the chat how they can get a hold of you if they need to?
You can friend me on Facebook, Jerry Millwood. I'm on TikTok, J.R. Millwood. YouTube is Rebels Dark Tales of Appalachia. And I'd give out my email, but I'm just going to be honest. I don't check it.
That's fair.
People alert me and says, hey, I'm going to send you a link on the email, or I'm going to send you pictures, or I'm going to send you my testimony on the email. You got to alert me, or else it will be lost in a sea of unchecked emails.
Yeah. Cindy, could you tell them how to get a hold of you?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm on here and on Monsters Unleashed. I'm also on Covenant Curiosity Podcast. I'm on all social media platforms, Facebook. So you can either find me under Covenant Curiosities with the logo like this, or the logo with Donna in it with me, because she is also a host on the show. I'm also on Facebook. Super easy to find me, actually. I'm on too many things now. It's so much to run off. It's crazy. I'm a busy person, busy woman, but it's good. I'm enjoying it.
Good.
I love it.
Yeah, we're enjoying this too. Jen, how about you?
I'm Creepy Culture on Facebook, X, TikTok, and on YouTube as well.
And right there's the email addresses for that too, for Creepy Culture and Monsters Unleashed.
I forgot something, guys. I forgot something very important.
All right.
Twice a week, 7 p.m. NCI does a live YouTube show, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then I also always want to mention the Sasquatch Recon channel. And Bob does a great job, Dwight. They've done a great job with that channel. They came here and reenacted the sighting of this white entity that we were talking about earlier. So you can catch that on Sasquatch Recon.
I'll have to go watch that.
Yeah, I need to get those guys on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Really do. I need to get them on the show. They're good guys. I hung out with them over at the Marion Bigfoot Festival that time with Jerry and stuff. I'm excited for that too this year. I'll be there again, Jerry.
Awesome.
So this time I'm going to bring me a chair.
Me too. I forgot a chair last year.
Maybe I'll pay Dwight for that Sasquatch Recon shirt. I still ain't got him that money.
Well, I'm sure he hadn't worried about it.
Yeah, but I still owe him for it. But Miss Donna, if you want to tell them how to reach out to you. Good deal.
Yes. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So I'll finish. I am involved in the Cryptid Women's Society. It's two ladies. They're international, and they've got people here. They've got women that are members here in the States. I'm one of them, and we got asked to do their booth at the Red River Gorge event. There you are, Donna. So myself, Lacey Williams, Donna, and Mandy, and Rachel Jones, who is also on my show. They will be helping out, and we'll be setting up a table and promoting Cryptid Women's Society, as well as our own shows and channels and everybody else's. So getting the word out there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to take everybody out here, and
thank you, by the way. Thank you, everybody, for having me on.
Yes.
Somebody's earbuds died. Okay. But all righty then. Well, Jerry, appreciate having you on, brother. Anytime you want to come on. I mean, we wasn't scraping the bottom of the barrel. We, you're right there at the top, floating with all the rest.
Thank you. Yeah. Anytime y'all want me to jump on, just let me know.
Yeah. Sounds good, brother. But I'll take everybody out here and close out the show. But appreciate you. All right, guys. Well, tonight was another good show, I think. We all had fun. If anyone in the chat has any experiences and you would like to come on the show and talk about it, if you'd like to talk about your experiences off the show, doesn't matter. Just reach out to us, monsters.unleashed25@gmail.com, and we'll be glad to talk to you. So with that being said, guys, let's see here. I didn't click on the right thing here. All right. With that being said, we'll catch you next week.
They're not just stories in the